Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back for more sabermetric analysis of my own miserable performance in XCOM 2. And with the exception of Rick Ankiel, never before has so little been so arduously studied, measured, and codified. My apologies, of course, to Dick the Stick, which, by the way, should your whole life skills coach thing ever fall through, Dick, would make a fantastic porn name considering a career change. But, I'm not here to fire shots at your performance, Rick, both on the baseball diamond and in the bedroom. I'm here to fire shots at my own bad efforts. And I think probably Rick Ankiel's gotten more than his fair share of raw deals from sports writers over the years anyway, so at this point it'd be just piling on. And also, I hate to harp on it, Rick, but if you are considering that whole post-baseball life skills coach thing, raw deal would be a great tie-in for your porn career. Dick the Stick Ankiel in Raw Deal 22. Action so hardcore it'll leave you raw. But I digress. I'm also a little off topic. I'm just saying, I think Raw Deal with Dick Ankiel would have serious sales velocity. But let's talk about my actual mission performance, because if we look at my soldiers killed per mission statistic, or skip 'em, as I like to call it, situation's pretty ugly. It's at a 0.5 right now. 4 missions, 2 dead. And my soldiers wounded per mission, or swamp 'em ratio, is actually even more damning. 7 wounds in 4 missions. That's a 1.75 swamp 'em, man. If I was pitching in the majors and I had an ERA and a whip this bad, I'd be, at best, getting busted down to the minors faster than you can say, please don't call me Dick the Stick. Or, at worst, probably polishing up my resume to try and score one of those lucrative life skills coaching gigs. I gotta do better. That's what I'm trying to get here. If I want to stay in the show, if I want to keep it in the majors, I'm gonna have to step up my game a little bit. So let's get the scanning here. I know, but supplies are also tempting. You know, Optimus Prime, I hate to take your advice on literally anything. I'm curious. I wonder if, until we make contact here, if we're shoehorned, I wonder if some of the story stuff can't progress. I wonder if the aliens can't make progress on their facilities until after we do this. Let's test this theory. We're at an interesting opportunity here. We've got a chance to learn something about the fundamental mechanics of XCOM. What if we deliberately delay making contact and just go do some of this stuff first? Will the game throw us into some kind of lose state because we're not progressing fast enough? I would hope that it would, actually. What, pulling a chip out of the commander's head from the back of his skull through his nose? Yeah, this is actually quite a bit easier, because this guy's already dead. It's sort of the one time I'm going to obey the Hippocratic Oath and can do no harm, because this guy's literally as harmed as it's possible to make him.
My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the commander.
Except, you know, it's got a pair of prongs on each side instead of pairs surrounding. One has got bilateral symmetry, and one has, I forget what the opposite of bilateral symmetry is. It's like paired symmetry? I don't remember. Not a biologist, man. Come on, cut me some slack. I'm lucky that I remembered bilateral symmetry.
As you can see, the data is nearly identical.
They were using you against us.
Yes, however.
Well, on the plus side, Bradford, they didn't have access to your hair, because I think if they had used that against us, we'd be doomed, man. That hair, too perfect.
Likely caused significant damage.
What are you saying, I got brain damage, Tigan? Oh, what are you talking about, my brain damage? You're the one with the whole Asperger's personality and the massive crater on the back of your skull. Pot calling the kettle black, Tigan? Little bit, huh? Be firing shots at me. I'm taking enough shots at myself and Richard Ankiel over here. I don't really need you piling on.
To augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as disseminate orders from its central command.
Yeah, we got it. It's a Wi-Fi uplink in their brain, Dr. Tigan. This is not rocket science. This entire cutscene could have been cut way shorter by just saying, hey, these aliens got Wi-Fi in their brain. You can go hijack that signal. You can hack into this shit like you do your neighbor's unsecured router so that you can, you know, get free access to all the porn a man might ever want.
I need direct access to their network to know for sure.
Oh, see, this is it. Dr. Tigan would be like, no, you know, they got there's password protection on the neighbor's Wi-Fi, and if I want to keep my nasty Pornhub searches off of my IP address, I'm going to have to figure out what it is. I need you to go hack their Wi-Fi for me.
We've got. Your call, Commander.
Yeah, I'll get around to it, Bradford. At this point, I'm actually deliberately delaying it in an effort to test some fundamental game principles. Tell me more. No, this is not my dinner with Andre.
Like we've got our work cut out for us, Commander.
So we got to build. Okay, we have the proving ground available, and we need a chance to build it. Resistance radio or magnetic weapons. We could go either way on this one.
Commander, if we're going to try to build this
Faceless autopsy is also
we're going to
pretty
need a
tempting.
specialized facility to test it out.
Yeah, I know, Lily. Let's go ahead and get. Let's go ahead and get resistance radio out of the way. Now, you know what? We're not gonna need that for a long time, actually. You know, no. Yeah, I'm actually bucking the paradigm here. I'm not going the easy way. I'm going magnetic weapons. Tygan, you were researching it for about 90 seconds, buddy. Did you really waste a lot of effort in the time you glanced down at your tablet 2 times while I was talking about something else? That's considered wasted research? No wonder it's going to take you 32 days to figure out how these magnetic weapons work, despite the fact that I've brought you literally innumerable examples of them. I've killed tons of these guys. I'm assuming I'm stealing their guns. Yet you have yet to reverse engineer it? Man, I can tell you're no Chinese scientist. They'd have had that shit done in 45 minutes.
Strategic resource located.
Yeah, so we got 68 supplies. Fantastic. Let's go hit our supply drop. Those rookies, actually, at the rate we're going through soldiers, I mean, my skip 'em ratio, it really is high, but I don't think we need them just yet. We should still be able to field a full team. I think we only had 1 person wounded last mission. Got some alien debris cleared. Fantastic. So what do we want to build? We got to build the Advanced Warfare Center, and we need to do this pretty much immediately. Kathleen Ross is currently building the Advanced Warfare Center, and that's still going to take 21 days. Wow. That's a long time, but we only have the 1 engineer, so it's probably the best use of our time. 3 days till our guerrilla tactics school finishes, which will be nice. We can start training up some of those rookies.
Commander, we have a priority message.
Not going to be doing that this episode, though. We've got an incoming communication from the Resistance. All right, Optimus Prime, what do you got for me? Why the cryptic WWE-style ring entry? You've talked to us several times already. We don't have to play your full intro video every time you come into the arena, do we, Optimus Prime? I mean, you're not even wrestling today. You're just coming in to do a promo bit for the main card fight.
Facilities across the globe. The exact details of these operations are highly classified.
All right, so clearly our effort to delay the main storyline
A single word that appears
is not going to be. We can't derail it by just never doing the thing. That's a little unfortunate. We took a gamble, but it was a small gamble, so the fact that it didn't pay off for us really didn't cost us much.
Based on what we have uncovered so
Supplies, we'll pick up this supply box, and then we'll go finish making contact, so that if we need it, if we do need a safety valve, we'll have access to it.
From a source I am still unable to determine.
Then why do you believe it at all, Optimus Prime? If it's... Oh, you know, I heard that the aliens were working this thing they call the Avatar Project. Really? Who'd you hear it from? Oh, you know, I don't know, actually. I don't know where I heard it. I may have just made it up. I might have dreamed it. It's possible I'm hallucinating. I did take a lot of ketamine yesterday in an effort to relieve my crippling ennui.
Disrupt our enemy's operations, and in the process uncover.
So is this whole thing really just some kind of bizarre, drug-induced, addled fantasy of Optimus Prime? Have we gone forth and murdered countless innocent aliens because Optimus Prime was delusional? Was he having a Samuel Taylor Coleridge and Kubla Khan moment where he was actually just passed out from an opium dream and he dreamed a poem while he was asleep until the mailman came and woke him up? Am I the mailman in this scenario?
Tracking the aliens' progress on this Avatar.
All right, so our refusal to engage with the Avatar Project does not delay the Avatar Project. I suppose that's good to know. On the plus side, the Avatar Project, starting with 3 pips, not exactly setting the world on fire at the moment. Let's go back to finishing off our supply drop, and then we'll go make... Never mind, that's not going to happen either. All right, so a new guerrilla op. Operation Stormham. Okay, we have got to thwart this because this one stops UFO hunt, and we desperately need to stop that. We are in absolutely no position whatsoever to try and defend an Avenger. We'd just get brutally... I mean, we'd get gutted. We'd just get brutally slaughtered. 179 supplies as well, which is also nice. Let's do this one.
For Sector 8, Mexico.
I think the other event we got was Vigilance. So Vigilance is irritating, but honestly, it's not the end of the world. Especially with SMGs. You know, with SMGs on the table, that makes Vigilance considerably less threatening. So we got Ricky Schwarzenegger. You know, Arnold, I would love to get you on the mission, but in this case, I think we are going to have to ask you to step aside. I don't know, maybe go film Junior or something. No, seriously, get off my team. Because what I really want... God damn it, Bruce Willis. I really want Bruce Willis, but apparently I'm not getting me any of Bruce Willis, so it is going to have to be Arnold going forth to crush alien skulls. I do like that we have Jamie Lee Curtis on the mission. That's fantastic. We need her doing some long-range sniper shots at the device, ideally. Morgan Freeman has been a dyed-in-the-wool killer. Harrison Ford has been remarkably effective. Sylvester Stallone, you know what? He's been a solid performer for us. And Clint Eastwood has been not disappointing either. Do we need to make any changes? I mean, we don't really have any gear to speak of. I suppose we could... Can we build a flashbang? I would really like a flashbang. We can, but it takes 35 supplies. You know what? Give me a... Actually, I would prefer to have one flashbang. Who should be toting that flashbang? We get 2 grenades out of Clint Eastwood's grenade launcher. You know what, rookie Schwarz? You're gonna be... You got the flasher. If we come across any psychically powerful troopers or mutons, not mutants. If we come across any sectoids or anything, I kind of want Arnold there to suppress them. I will intimidate them with my Terminator-like tenacity, Pete. Every time I do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, all I can think of is in my head. Everything I'm saying is, "The goggles do nothing." That's what I hear inside my own head every time I try to do the Schwarzenegger voice. So we're gonna go do Operation Stormhand. I feel like our last guerrilla operation maybe was our most successful mission to date in that nobody actually got shot by the enemy. We just sort of slow roasted them over an open flame. We're going to Pig Station, Tijuana. All right. I'm sorry, citizens of Pig Station, Tijuana. I'm assuming it's got to be like a shambles. It's just a slaughterhouse there. Pig Station is where Mexico's pork comes from. That's their slogan. Pig Station, producers of the other white meat. Want a pork taco? Come to Pig Station. All of your pork needs ready to be satisfied. I'm sorry. If you live in Pig Station, Tijuana, I feel bad for you. I mean, Tijuana is the happiest place on earth, but Pig Station sounds like it's not really the greatest neighborhood in Tijuana. Or maybe it is the greatest neighborhood. Maybe that's where, like, rich, wealthy pig farmers live. They're just like, hey, check us out. Farming these hogs, making sweet bank out here.
Menace 1-5. The communications relay is up ahead.
Okay, so it has 5 health, and we have a conveniently placed building for us to potentially take advantage of to just... We have... Okay, so I think what we do, we occupy this rooftop, we have Clint Eastwood drop a grenade on this, destroy this building, and then we see if Jamie Lee Curtis can't bring it down from afar. I'm shockingly comfortable with this plan. Let's make it happen. Stallone, you're our first go, man. Why are we using Sylvester Stallone as sort of our exploratory unit? Simply because he has the SMG, which gives him an increased foot speed and also reduces his ability to be detected by the enemies. Enemies have a smaller detection radius against enemy units that are any unit rather that's wielding a submachine gun. So we are less likely to accidentally stumble across something that's going to get our boy spotted. So let's head to this rooftop. This is not really a very smart move, but I'm gonna gamble here. Okay, gambled, paid off. Morgan Freeman, I want you up top too. Do I want you blocking the ladder? Not really. Also, Morgan Freeman a little quicker. Clint Eastwood, we want him as close as we can get. And we're not really doing anything like fancy dancy, anything funky, anything risky or chancy. Not fancy dancy or funky or risky or chancy. We're taking it slow with a little bit of romancy. Best I could do. Admittedly, my freestyle skills are abominable. Oh, fantastic. Well, we're in cover, so we've got a patrolling unit. What is it, though? Nothing too deadly, although Sylvester Stallone is going to be not capable of going anywhere, and all of these now are detection tiles. Yeah, that's a drawback. Okay, I mean, we will have a chance to react to this. The question is just how do we want to handle it? I wouldn't mind just starting things off by running up and shanking this dude in the spine. That's a plan I don't hate. Alternatively, we could have Clint Eastwood just drop a grenade. Can you lob one over the roof, Clint? Like, if I go just a little bit batshit here, can you go up and over? You can go up and over. Do I want to go up and over? I mean, the catastrophic potential calamitous repercussions of a misclick here are significant, but... You know what? Yeah, do it. Give me the up and over, Clint. This is some trick shooting right here. This is some outlaw Josie Wales kind of shit. Actually, I think he fired it through the window. Yeah, well, it's fine. Sylvester Stallone is here. If we need him, he can shut down this guy. I would really wish we had a Phantom. 244. Okay, so hit percentages are not fantastic. Jamie Lee Curtis, we just really kind of want you up here. Really, I don't care where Jamie Lee is as long as she has vision on these two enemies. So I don't really want to get much closer to the target zone. If I can, because there's definitely a guy over there, so we're going to have to be really careful. All right, Jamie Lee Curtis, 71% chance at that, man. 55 here. I don't think we muck about. I think we just go ahead and take the Advent Surveillance Drone. Beautiful shot. She caught it like an apple. Nicely done, Jamie Lee. Nicely done. And speaking of the neck shanking we were talking about earlier, I'm thinking now is the time for Morgan Freeman to make with the shank. I don't like his relative cover position. Really wish we could get... Is there, like... Can we get a more optimal path, actually? Is there a better way to approach this? This is... None of that is cover. But I don't want to be... I don't really want to be any closer to the enemy. We could have Sylvester Stallone come over here and take a shot, but it's going to be a bad shot, and he runs the same risks. You know what? Hey, here's an idea. Let's just solve this situation in an entirely unusual fashion. It's time for a little bit of outside the box thinking. Harrison Ford, I want you right here. Mostly just because I need you to get out of the damn road. Okay, that was a concern, but it's something I was prepared for. Also, we don't have to worry about Morgan Freeman spawning another pod now if we go for Plan in Shankinate, because Plan in Shankinate will have no negative repercussions, and we can just flashbang them. If we need to, we can just flashbang those guys. So I think we have Morgan Freeman maybe just comes... No, we can't have Morgan out in the open after he does the neck stabbing. So we have Harrison Ford. Eliminate that cover. Arnold, how big is this flashbang? Is it going to catch all these guys if we drop it? Can we flashbang all of these dudes? This is what we need. I'm mostly concerned with catching... We can, in fact, flashbang them all. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and do this. Oh, sock flashbang, baby. Arnold with the bringing the thunder. And we bring Harrison Ford, I think, to this rooftop. You can see the enemy from here, right? Yes. Okay, so Harrison Ford then comes up here. And we're not going to mess around with Harrison Ford. We're just going to have him go ahead and drop a grenade right now. So, bonk. Oh, come on. You can't hit him, Ford? What kind of weak, limp-wristed chuck is this shit? This is the worst toss of all time, dog. You got to be kidding me. All right, fine then. Just get rid of the cover. That's really sort of the important part. We can always have Stallone do the heavy lifting. Or Morgan Freeman if the need arises. So, Stallone, we want you in full cover. We're going to bring Stallone to here. We're not going to do anything else with him for the moment. Morgan Freeman runs to this corner cover. Yes, we could go stab this man in the neck, but it leaves Morgan Freeman badly exposed, and I really don't want to leave him exposed. So let's just take our 87% shotgun blast. Nice work. We have to get max damage out of Sylvester's. Unbelievable. This is not going to get the kill? Of course not, because that would be reasonable. So, fantastic. This guy's standing out in the open now. We have no recourse because we get the worst luck of all time. We did nothing to this man, too. So, somebody's getting shot here, and there's nothing we can do about it. Oh, he moved and marked. Very interesting. Our suppression, that guy had a 35% chance to hit. I'm surprised the sectoid shot, although I guess considering the fact that we did flashbang him means he has no psychic powers to use. And Arnold Schwarzenegger got shot by a 25% hit chance hit, panicked, but on the plus side, at least he ran the hell away. And took a shot at our enemy. It had no chance to hit. He took a shot that had a 0% hit chance. I would have preferred he just hunker down. What are you doing, though? Shooting at Okay, if we got hit by two 25%ers, I was going to be unspeakably salty. Arnold's still real panicked. We're in not an overall good position here. Clint Eastwood, I really need you on the top of this roof and doing some grenade damage for us. This is not going well. Our whole soldiers wounded or swamp 'em ratio continues to climb at a catastrophic and undesirable rate. I am not pleased with anybody's performance. Bad damage roll, an unbelievably unlikely miss. My salt is all over the place. We're going to come back to you. Morgan Freeman, if we need a fatal stabbing, you cannot deliver because you're not fast enough. And I have very serious concerns about that actually spawning an additional pod. So what we should probably do is just clean up the mess that we've got. You've got to be shitting me. Double 49. You know what, Stallone? I really actually would rather just have you kill this man. You know what? In fact, just do that. Just kill that guy. Even on a miss, you're going to get the kill. The little SMG that could, doing some work. Is there any full cover over here? That's full cover. And would give Morgan Freeman some respectable, if not good, shots. Let's run and... Alright, Freeman. Yeah, don't start acting all brave now. Pete, I'm an institutional man now. What can I say? I don't, We cannot hit both of those guys with a grenade, huh? Okay. Oh, we get a 77% or 69. You know what, Freeman? We'll come back to you. Let's see what Harrison Ford can do if we move him up to this half cover. He's gonna get at least one shot. 91%, 75%, 49. Give me the 91 then. If we had him in the well, okay, somebody's doing their job then. Harrison Ford with the kill and the promotion. 69%, 43. 69 is simply not acceptable. Jamie Lee, what can you do? 71, 57. Both of those are likewise bad. We could improve that. You're the only two units we have left, huh? Oh, yeah, right, because Arnold Schwarzenegger shit himself. Right. The panic. Forgot about the panic. You know what? At this point, I just want whatever guaranteed damage I can get. Throw a grenade here, Morgan Freeman. This is not going to get a kill for us. But, it's something, and it's also going to encourage that guy to move now that he is flanked. We could shoot at him, but I'm actually not going to. Shockingly enough, what I'm going to do, You've got to be kidding me here, Jamie Lee. All right, well, No, I'm not taking a chance on you missing even on a 97%. We have not been getting lucky enough to take those kind of chances. So just, you know what? Give me one damage with a grenade. I'm probably blowing up any opportunity we were ever going to get at loot. But at this point, I don't even care. So he is no longer disoriented, which means he is capable of using psychic powers. Honestly, that's a benefit for us. Hopefully he'll move and reanimate a corpse. That's exactly what he's going to do. Perfect. Pete, you're enthused by the fact that this man is bringing the dead to life? Shouldn't this be more of a concerning feature for you? You know what? No, not really. I'm actually not that worried about it. Morgan Freeman, now is the time for a liver stabbing. If such a stabbing could exist, we would... No, I want you to stab this man in the liver. Does he have a liver? I think actually becomes the real question. If we stab this man, are we going to hit him in the liver? Because does he even have a liver to hit him in?
Objective here.
Probably. Does it matter whether he has a liver or not? Morgan Freeman with the slice and dice. That was beautiful. He is standing next to a fire, but that counts as... That's not one kill, that's two. Nobody can see... we can't see the objective from here. But...
Roger that.
we can probably open that up. Now, we could do it this turn, but I'm actually not going to. Simply because Morgan Freeman is in a terrible position vis-a-vis cover, and I do not want to expose him any further than he already is. So instead, what we're going to do... I actually kind of hesitant to even move forward. We've got some time on the term counter here. There's no reason to rush. We're just going to reload instead, get everybody ready to contribute whatever they can contribute. Jamie Lee, you're going to reload.
Good to go.
And then be on Overwatch.
Come get some.
Harrison Ford, same thing for you. Reload and Overwatch from the safety of this rooftop. Arnold.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Pete. I saw the enemy, and when they shot me, I panicked. I had a little bit of poopy accident in pants. I know I have let you down, Commander, but I promise to do better in future. Give me Clint Eastwood. Clint, tear the roof off this motherfucker. Yep, that's exactly what I want. I want most of this building gone. Bring it down, Clint Eastwood. Bring it all down. Burn it all down, Clint. Please tell me that gave Jamie Lee Curtis line of sight to the thing. Nope. Nobody can see the thing. Brilliant. That's exactly what we needed. All right. Well, Stallone, you should be able to see it from here, for crying out loud. Okay, now we've got a shot. We can see it. We have a shot. It's going to do minimal damage. Does that give Jamie Lee Curtis a shot? It does. Between Jamie Lee... Okay, here's what we do. Jamie Lee Curtis takes the shot. Between Jamie Lee and Stallone, we have got this bad boy nailed. 5 damage. We got to do 1 more damage, and Stallone can give us the 1 damage that we need. Mission complete.
Menace 1-5, we've confirmed destruction of the relay. The alien transmission is down.
And that means that the aliens should be sort of inbound to this position. I think now is the time for us to stay calm. Not set ourselves on fire. Also, an important part of our potential life mission paradigm here. We're going to step to here. Not be on fire. And instead, we're going to be on Overwatch. Not on fire. On Overwatch. Overwatch, not fire. Can we get up on the 2nd floor? Is there like a window we could have Arnie come peek out of? I mean, we can, but we have to go through an incredibly roundabout... You know what? Actually, that's fine. Just do that. I don't mind having Arnold not on Overwatch this turn. He's not going to hit anything either. I see somebody's TF2 spray on the wall down there. I jumped through the window, Pete. Are you impressed by my efforts yet? Not really. And now that we're off the clock, we're going to slow play the shit out of this one. So it's Overwatch then. Jamie Lee, we'll come back to you in a minute. Morgan Freeman, could you get out of this burning building? I'm getting a little uncomfortable by the vicinity or the proximity of you and fire. Just step to this corner. And then go ahead and reload. I don't actually think we're going to spawn a pod this turn. Or I don't think actually a pod is going to wander into us. So it's going to be reloads and Overwatches all around. I really don't want to leave this rooftop. Arnold, let's get you up here to this window. So you can shoot out of it if the need arises. I'm sorry about the house, ma'am. Ma'am, I apologize about the window. I did not realize this building was occupied. I would have taken a more cautious approach. So there's 2 damage at least. Yep, exactly 2. So Stallone, you know, we asked him to stand and deliver, and he stood. I wouldn't necessarily say he delivered all that much, but... Alright, where did those guys shelter? That's actually kind of shitty for us. We have no shots on any of these guys. Morgan Freeman, I mean, he could definitely go forward and take shots at these guys, but I don't really like that. Clint Eastwood can't see shit. Jamie Lee Curtis is the only person with a shot. She does have a shot, and it's a pretty good one. Go ahead and take it. 71%. If it hits, we've got a kill here. Right in a dome piece. The little 4-eyed marksman has done it again. We should really stop calling her 4 Eyes, man. Every time I make fun of her for wearing glasses, what does she do? She goes and murders a dude. It's beautiful. We are not going to get any additional shots. You know what? I actually feel like moving forward in this scenario is the worst possible option. Let's just fall back, seek better cover, and let these guys come to us. It's Overwatch for Morgan Freeman. Honestly, Stallone, I don't like your cover situation, but we can do something about that. What we'll do, we're going to aid protocol ourselves. And then we're just going to Overwatch. Clint Eastwood stays up here on this rooftop on Overwatch. Harrison Ford covering us with a little OW. And then we got Arnold down here in the window. Our last resort. Reloads and Overwatches. These guys want to mess with us. They got to run into our guns. You come into the jaws of doom. That's right, aliens. Come and see the jaws of doom as Arnold whiffs like champion. Probably a mind spin. Doesn't matter what happens here. Sylvester Stallone is disoriented. The worst case scenario there, we're going to only be relying on him to miss. 25% chance to hit. That's why we hunkered in place, and the self-aid protocol paid some dividends. So Sylvester can see them both. Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis, how do you not have a shot at that guy? All right, fine. Here. All we need is for you to have a shot at this man. I just need you to be able to see him. Which you can from here. Yes. It will be a squad sight shot, but it shouldn't be an extraordinarily long one. Snapshot ability means we still get one. 73%. This is an acceptable risk. We take it. No risk with Jamie Lee Curtis. She's got the bowels of a champion thanks to Activa Yogurt. This episode of XCOM The Long War brought to you by Activa. Activa Yogurt reminding you your biotic health is important to us and yourself. Please keep your intestines safe for you and your family. Try Activa today. And then we're going to have Morgan Freeman come shank this dude in the spine. Yep, 91% chance for the enshankening, and this should be end of mission once we have delivered said spine stabbing. Okay. Yep. So that's not good. Can we not throw a we can't throw a grenade while we're disoriented? No. Well, that's bad. Anybody got a grenade? Nope. Arnold Schwarzenegger at least has a shot. This is not good for us. Okay. Remind me, we gotta have a quick flashback from Morgan Freeman here. Morgan Freeman, you have close encounters, I believe. This sectoid is definitely going to try to run away from you because they don't have a melee attack. So it seems like maybe our overall best option is to just try and get as many people who can see you as possible. Take Overwatch and hope that when you move, we, one, get Overwatch shots, and two, get a close encounter shot from Morgan Freeman. We can see you from there with Clint Eastwood. If this guy tries to run away from Morgan Freeman, he's getting the shotgun surgery. Arnold actually can see him. You know what, Arnold? You can see him from here, but I'd rather you just take the Overwatch. Okay, so we should be getting shots from several different positions here. Close combat specialist. Hit and did 6 damage. It's not a kill, but it did something. Follow up anybody. Just give me something. There it is.
Enemy destroyed. Status confirmed. All hostiles are down. And
What you gotta ask yourself? Do you feel lucky? Do ya? Punk? Clearly not, because, you know, Clint Eastwood shot his spine out. Fortunately, I was able to get to another gun before him and shot him in the spine. Yeah, that man was gonna need a wheelchair ramp at the next place he robs. Not a complete success, but on the plus side, our skip 'em ratio did go down. Soldiers killed per mission is down from a 0.5. We're now 2 soldiers per 5, so, you know, that's an improvement. 2 out of 5, that's what, 40%? I'll take it. The soldiers wounded per mission ratio actually has also gone down very slightly, in that I think we're, what, 7 for 5 now? So, I mean, it's still bad, but it's better. Am I willing to accept a swamp ratio of 1? I would say 1 is the baseline for, like, absolute minimum competence. If you're not at least below, if you're not at or below a 1, you're bad. Above a 1, but, I mean, we're creeping ever closer to 1. I mean, maybe one day we'll get there. 1 or 2 goose eggs would really help us in the whole Swamp'em department. You throw a no-hitter, your whip really gets a quick boost, and that's kind of what we need. We need to pitch the no-hitter here. We're still looking for our first one.
Great work, Commander.
Well, I would say mediocre work. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, despite taking his only out for 13 days. I have the constitution of a lion, Pete. I am not a smart man, but Arnold knows how to take a punch. Really, this whole series is just an excuse for me to do terrible, terrible impressions. I think we should all just get comfortable with that. Oh, this is interesting. So we have medical protocol. We did not take combat protocol because I actually like medical protocol. Flashbang grants 1 free flashbang item in your inventory. Interesting. Smoke grenades, I think, are objectively garbage in XCOM 2. They are not good. Covering fire is quite amazing. I don't know what other abilities we're going to unlock in these trees. I purposely have kept myself in a little dark here. This is going to be a you learn as I learn, or a we learn together, or a you make fun of my ignorance kind of scenario, because you may be more familiar with this particular perk pack than I am, in which case, hey, enjoy laughing at my wrong decisions. But I purposely kept myself ignorant of what's going on here for entertainment purposes. There is a mod in the toolbox. If you're curious about these abilities, you can actually go into the mod and choose the unlock so that you can see what they are. Me, I like playing blind. The discovery is part of the fun for me. It's sort of like, you know, those first tentative sexual advances as a young teenager. The discovery is part of the fun. I think I'm going to take Covering Fire. I actually quite like Covering Fire as an overall ability. It's solid. Arnold, let's see what you turned out to be. You're an infantry guy. All right, we got a 71 aim, which is respectable. And Light 'em Up, I'm almost never going to complain about because it is really a quite good ability. And Harrison Ford picking up a promotion as well. Cool under pressure. 10 bonus aim on Overwatch and other reaction shots, and they can crit. That does not suck. Walk to Fire. Take a highly accurate shot with a plus 30 bonus to hit, but for half damage, and minus 30 crit that uses 2 ammo. There are actually considerable benefits to this item. Or to this item. Well, actually an item is what makes it work really well. There are considerable benefits to this ability. What is the benefit, Pete, of taking one shot that's going to hit almost most of the time, but do minimal damage? Well, for one thing, I like sources of almost guaranteed damage, even if it's a minimum. Like, if we took this shot, we're going to get at least 2 damage. Being able to do 2 damage reliably is actually surprisingly important. Not so much in a late game. But, here's the other thing. What if we couple this with a repeater? That's 2 shots we've got that are almost guaranteed to hit a target, and it gives us an opportunity for an execution. And we can stack that up because, remember, we have Light 'em Up. So we could Walk to Fire. Well, we could actually only Walk to Fire once because, wait, Light 'em Up only works with a standard shot, right? Light 'em Up only works with a standard shot. So we couldn't Light 'em Up twice, but we could Light 'em Up and then Walk to Fire. Or we could Walk to Fire and then Light 'em. Now, we'd have to Light 'em Up and then Walk to Fire. I really like guaranteed damage and huge bonuses to hit. Those are something I really love. You know what? I'm taking it. And again, the nice thing about XCOM 2, something I have to say, this version of the long, or the long-ish war, rather, definitely has over the regular long war. If we make a mistake, we're not out hundreds and hundreds of missions because we can always just go retrain. It's fine. If it turns out this is a bad choice, 5 days, problem solved. We can just, we'll go fix it. It's all right. Speaking of repeaters, we did get one. It's a 5% chance for an instant kill, so we're looking at a 1 in 20. That's bad, but it's something. We might actually go ahead and equip that. Also picked up another Advent data pad. More importantly, got 179 supplies, which is good. We needed those. And most importantly of all, we have countered the UFO hunt. Thank friggin' God. That would have been... That's a run destroyer right there. An early UFO hunt on Legendary. I don't think we'd have been able to pull out of that tailspin. Speaking of tailspins, this episode is over. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see Goose's head hit the canopy as we try and eject from this flat spin. Sorry, Goose. Oh, Bradford. No, it's fine, Bradford. I was just making a Top Gun joke. You're right to interrupt me, because really it wasn't that funny. But still, patented Bradford outro interruption. Anyway, sorry, Anthony Edwards, that I have smashed your brains across the inside of our canopy, but hey, you're the one who pulled the handle. Right now, you know, also something about subscribing is probably what I was shooting at. You know what to do and how that works. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon with more top-notch 20-year-old movie humor. Or 30-year-old movie humor, because Top Gun came out in like 1984.